First, we're gonna need a shower rod. We gotta make sure it's expandable. Put it in about chest level, grab some garland ties. We're gonna start with some garland and we're gonna use those ties to hold it in place. And once you get to the middle, if you need more, use that garland tie and start and end a new one right there. Once you get that wrapped up, we're gonna take some bigger garland. We're gonna let it hang over a little bit. Using another garland tie, we're gonna tie that down and hold it in place. This is what's gonna give us some volume. Now we're gonna grab some fairy lights. We wanna put these on before we add any other decorations. Next, we're gonna grab some little cherries or beads that go on the end and we're gonna wrap those up also. Let's take some ornaments and some pipe cleaner and we're gonna put those ornaments right through and put it in the middle. We're gonna put these on and twist tie them so they don't move around. Now it's time to add some poinsettias and some ribbons. Put those anywhere you want. Once I get that secured, now it's time to loosen it and then we're gonna raise it up into place. It's time to head to Dollar Tree and grab some of these inexpensive foam boards. First thing I gotta do is put all of the foam up against the window. I did a silhouette with a projector, just outline all of it right around the edges. Place some cardboard under the foam board and you can use an X-Acto knife to cut through. We're gonna put these silhouettes right up against the window. I'm gonna use some white tape for this. Take some black or royal blue and paint the back side of your silhouettes. Take those lights, these are 20-foot strands, and place it all up in the back of the silhouettes. The next thing we got to do is put another layer on.
Grab a pool noodle from your dollar store and cut it with a serrated knife. You will also need a cheap broom with a wood handle. Carefully saw the broom handle. Take this piece of broom handle and push it into the center of your cut pool noodle. Choose your favorite color palette of shatterproof Christmas ornaments. With a hot glue gun, start to glue the larger ornaments to the side of the pool noodle and around its perimeter. Apply glue to the ornaments and not directly onto the pool noodle, as the noodle will melt from the direct heat. Cut smaller pieces from the Christmas picks and glue them into spaces between the ornaments.
The first thing you need to do for this project is to attach a lot of command hooks. I also used these command cord bundlers. My garlands have a loop on the end. I began hanging one vertically and used the cord bundlers to keep it attached close to the wall. Next, I used a different hook and used a number of the command hooks and cord bundlers to attach the second garland across the top horizontally. The garlands are up and it's time to tie a big, beautiful red velvet bow. I attached my bow with a pipe cleaner to the corner where all of the garlands meet. The streamers can then be tucked right into the garlands. I picked up these oversized red jingle bells at Michael's and used a pipe cleaner to attach them securely.
Started by driving to Home Depot to get my supplies. I grabbed a roll of sprinkler line. I brought the pipe home and I unrolled the pipe onto my yard as straight as I could get it. Next, we measured out 20 feet of pipe. We cut the pipe at 20 feet and then we repeated this process 3 times. Here are all 3 of the cut pipes. I'm gonna take these brooms from the Dollar Tree and I'm gonna remove the handle from the broom. Here are all the brooms and I needed 6 of them for this project. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna map out where I want each of the archways to go. Next, I'm gonna place the stake in the ground and I'm gonna hammer it into the ground. And I'm just using a rubber mallet to pound them into the ground. The next thing I'm gonna do is slide the pipe onto the pole. And then I'm gonna do this to the other side as well. So you can see how easy that was, just putting the archways up. So stake and arch, super easy, anyone can do it. Now it's time to add the lights. So I started by laying an extension rod along their rocks and it will come out at the bottom. Now you can use any lights that you want. I'm gonna start with some white lights. Depending upon what occasion you're doing, you can create different looks with these. So like all white might be great for a wedding, and you know, you've got your holidays, you've got graduation, you've got different things of the year that you could do this concept for. So the first arch is all wrapped and we're gonna talk about the plug on the bottom. And so we're at the bottom and we're gonna plug it in, but we're wrapping the excess around so that we don't have as much dead space. So we're gonna pull the line
straight. And then we're gonna go over here and wrap it around the base of the next one so that it stays into place. Now we're gonna continue winding up the next pole, and I'll show you what it looks like as I finish looping all of these lights on the arches. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull it back to this other arch.
The first thing I'm going to do is take my pool noodle, and we're obviously going to take the sticker off. And then I'm going to take my vinyl coated clothesline wire and push it all the way through my pool noodle. Pull it over and make a loop. And I'm just going to take a piece of duct tape and I'm just going to wrap this around and just wrap that right around there. I'm going to take a heavy duty piece of floral wire and bend it over. Take a little piece of that duct tape, tape that loop over, and I'm going to take a screwdriver and just push a hole right through it. Take this needle and pull it into the hole that I've made. Take my dollar store garland through the eye of that needle and bend it over really tightly, and then pull it right through the hole. There we go. I'm gonna push my loop down in there and just feed the end of that. And now all I'm gonna do is take my garland and wrap it around. When we get to the other end, we're gonna do the same thing that we did at the top end. I have a glue gun. Make sure it's on low temp, and we're going to take some ribbon and wrap it right around the pool noodle. You wanna take some hot glue around the top of your ornaments. Take some floral wire, thread 3 of these dollar store ornaments, and turn it upside down and put these underneath. And I'm going to wrap my floral wire around my pool noodle and then wrap this back around through my ornaments and twist it one more time. I always tuck the ends of the wire in. I have a command hook attached up here at the top of my door, and I'm going to take this little loop and hang that right on that loop. So here you can see how that pool noodle at the bottom is going to hold this up. I'm going to use one more command hook, and I'm going to hook it right up here. So the last thing I need to do is add a small bow right here.
Let's create some Christmas decor using ornament balls and pool noodles. Start by connecting the ends of the pool noodles using duct tape. Now, connect the other ends to create a complete circle with the pool noodles. Next, create a hanger. Start gluing the ornament balls to the outer perimeter of the pool noodle circle. Here is a tip to consider. Don't put the glue directly on the pool noodle because the pool noodle will melt. Instead, put the glue on the ornament and let it cool for just a couple of seconds before attaching the ornament to the outside of the pool noodle. As you add ornaments and continue around the circle, you're going to want to put a little bit of glue in between the ornaments. Once most of the pool noodle surface is covered, start to glue smaller sized ornaments to fill in the gaps. You can take it one step further and glue small picks of greenery or other Christmas picks to fill in the gaps.